Welcome to the Broadcasting Authority of Ireland's consultation on the draft scheme for Sound and Vision 3, a programme funding scheme which will replace the current Sound and Vision 2. As you may be aware, BAI recently undertook a statutory review of Sound and Vision 2. The review came up with some valuable conclusions which have informed the development of Sound and Vision 3. For instance, the review found that the scheme has had a positive impact to date and is well regarded across the broadcasting sector. It found that the scheme has been broadly effective in achieving many of its objectives. It found that incremental improvements, rather than fundamental changes, were preferable in order to build on the success of Sound and Vision schemes to date. Some of the key recommendations coming out of the review included the introduction of more flexibility in future schemes in order to achieve greater effectiveness in meeting all the scheme's objectives, the implementation of changes to reduce administrative burden on applicants and the BAI, and increase flexibility for those awarded funding. The undertaking of initiatives to increase transparency in the assessment process, and the introduction of targeted rounds. As Sound and Vision 3 must adhere to requirements of the Broadcasting Act 2009, the structure may look familiar to you. We don't have much flexibility here. However, there have been some changes to the document. Examples include the introduction of a territoriality requirement in relation to production spend, the introduction of greater flexibility which may allow for receipt and assessment of applications outside of structured funding rounds, or which may allow funding to be allocated in respect of other phases of production. The new scheme may allow the BAI in certain circumstances to relax the requirement for an applicant to include a confirmation of broadcast letter at application stage, provision for the implementation of ancillary measures as appropriate to support the achievement of the objectives of the scheme. Your views are important to the BAI and will help finalise the scheme for Sound and Vision 3, and so we invite you to read the draft scheme and consultation details found on this website. Responding is easy. All you need to do is respond online at baifuture.ie, email your submission to soundandvision3@bai.ie, or post your submission to Sound and Vision 3, BAI 2-5 Warrington Place, Dublin 2. The deadline for responses is 12 noon on the 8th of January 2014. Thank you, and we look forward to receiving your views.